We are live here on Pub Sports Radio. Welcome to Walk Off Wagers. I'm sorry about
Spoon's
that.
Bets.
He is Spoon's Bets, and we are live here, guys. This is the first episode of Walk Off Wagers. If you guys were with us last year, it was a great show. We decided to bring it on back this year, guys. We were supposed to go live last week, but we're here this week. We're going to be here every single Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Spoon's my guy. It's good to be back here with you, and it's good to have baseball back. How are you, my guy? How's your week been going?
It's been a great week. Obviously, we both just got back from San Antonio, so trying to recover, get back to like normal everyday life is a challenge. It was definitely not normal everyday life down there. But having baseball back, it's so exciting. Final Four kind of wrapping up right now. Rooting for Michigan in this game feels weird, but excited for some baseball. Got a few bets for tomorrow, just 3. Trying to stay kind of reserved starting the MLB season. It's been a good year, and I want to keep that going. But as baseball gets going, we're definitely going to unfold.
Reserved is good and early at MLB, Spoons, because as you know, it's a 162-game season. It's a long season. And yeah, shout out to the Michigan Wolverines because we are definitely on them today. They're up 12 right now, but we saw what UConn did last week, so nothing's over until it's over. That's why they call it March Madness. I want to give a quick shout out to everyone in the chat before we get started. I see my guy Up Off G in there said, let's get this money. Jose Buchetter, guy, good luck today, guys. TJ, get it, my guys. Ron Lofton, Chappie Funk, Jimmy the Bag. Shout out to everyone here, guys. Let's get right to it, guys. We are going over our best bets for tomorrow's card. This is where we started off here, guys. The Houston Astros against the Sacramento Athletics, Las Vegas Athletics, whatever you want to call it here. Lance McCullers, the second on the mound against Jacob Lopez. This is an intriguing matchup here, guys. I bet this game, both games of the series. I wanted to talk about this game. I know Spoons is on this game. I'm going right back to the well with the Athletics here, guys. I think this line pretty much is telling here. It's been this line the entire series, but I think I said in the beginning of the series, if I take them every single game, I think I'm going to come out on top because you're only paying a little bit of juice, minus 105, even plus 100 at some spots. I just want to find the available line because I'm going to move. I told Spoons, haven't moved on any of these games quite yet. But I am going to move on them as we talk about them. I'm going to move on the Athletics here. I believe I can get here the best available price right here, plus 110 right now with the Athletics. I'm going to take the plus 110 here with the Athletics. I'm making it official. Spoon's my guy. Are you on anything in this game?
I am. I'm on the opposite side of you in this game. I struggled with this game. I told you I spent most of my day updating and making a new MLB model, and that model fair price comes out to Athletics minus 110, so it has you with value here. But when I break this game down, I look at Jacob Lopez, a pitcher I backed a ton last year, a guy I found a way to make some money backing, but I identified just like where he kind of struggled. Is it lefties? Is it righties? And he just dominates lefties. You don't want to have any lefties in your lineup, and Houston has the ability to stack 8 righties tomorrow versus Lopez. I don't think it's a great matchup for him. I think this is a nice hitting environment. Astros got blanked a couple nights ago. Obviously, the bats popped off today. I was on them, and I'm going to be on them again tomorrow. Wish you best of luck here. I think my fair price with this is like Astros minus 130 by the time I get done putting everything out there. I have a ton of respect for Lopez, and I think the market's kind of high on him after last year because he pitched so well. And there's going to be spots to back him. I just don't have this one, but this will be a fun one to watch. I'll be rooting for you. I'm sure there'll be some back and forth.
Oh, this is going to be fun, Spoon. Shout out to my guy, Spoons. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I see my guy, Dabby Cab, said, have a season, my boys. Shout out to you. Shout out to Logan Beast, my guy right there. First game, guys, we're on opposite sides. That's kind of what you like. You want both sides of the story here. So this is going to be a fun game. It's early on. It's 10 a.m. for me over here on the West Coast, so I'm excited. Let's go. Hit the like button if you are also here, guys. Let's move on to this next game. Got the Milwaukee Brewers against the Kansas City Royals. Kyle Harrison on the mound against Chris Bubic here. Interesting matchup right here. I haven't moved on a game in this series. I thought these games were priced pretty fairly. Right now, currently we're seeing Kansas City as the favorite here. Total round an 8. We see some 7.5s juice to the over at some spots, but pretty much 8s across the board here. Spoons, this isn't my game here, but I know this is your game here. Let me know about these pitchers, what you think about them. Break this game down for me. I don't have any read on the market right now because we don't have splits quite yet. So take it away, my guy.
Yeah, definitely early in the market. Like anything happening right now is at low limits, so it's kind of a little bit inconsequential. Sometimes it's a little bit of a trick if you get too involved in what happens in the first few hours. I'm just going to pull up, see if I could see any early movement here. It looks like 132, 134. So it's stayed right around here on a lot of the like public rec books that have opened. There's been no real movement. I moved on Kansas City here. The Royals at -120. I just think this is a spot where Kansas City has the better pitcher. Kyle Harrison, coming out of, San Francisco the last few seasons, looked for him to kind of step up. And the Milwaukee Brewers definitely are the organization that can take a pitcher and improve him. But you got to really show it to me, prove it to me. I don't believe it from Kyle Harrison just yet. And I think these lineups are really evenly matched. I think the park adjustment here in Kansas City, where they moved the fences in a full 15, is not was something done to help this Kansas City offense, specifically Bobby Witt. And I just see this as a Kansas City should win this game almost 60% of the time. Maybe not quite that far, but I'd at least have this number -135 or better. And Kansas City here sitting at -120 at open. I think I have yesterday's lines pulled up for that last game that I read off, so I was kind of confused there. But I think this will close pretty decent. I don't think it's going to move very far.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have to ask you this, Spoons. At the end of the season, at the end of this 2026 season, who do you think will have a better record, the Milwaukee Brewers or the Kansas City Royals?
Ooh, that's tough. So I think the NL Central is kind of a weak division. Being a Cubs fan, like they're facing a lot of starting pitching question marks. And I mean, there's a realistic possibility that team finishes a game or two over 500, and that's the favorite to win the division. So the Brewers have a wide open division. I think the Royals have a little bit of a tougher test, but I like their team better. I'm going to take the Royals here on that win total over. I don't know where the numbers are sitting.
No, Brewers has to be more, but I don't know. I like what the Brewers did in the offseason, upgrading some of their bats. But yeah, we can get on to this next game here, guys.
To win that division, I think the Brewers are the best bet there in the Central. Like Chicago shouldn't be a favorite, and if you look at the Pirates, like in order for them to win that many games, it'd be so difficult. Like I just don't see it. I think the Brewers are still a good bet right now. I was kind of looking at that the other day.
All right, we will move on to this next game here, guys. This is one of my guys right here, Davis Martin, taking the mound here for the Chicago White Sox against the Toronto Blue Jays, Eric Lohr. Guys, listen, I kind of like what the White Sox did this last offseason, bringing up some of these younger bats. You saw the guy from Japan come over today, hit a bomb. I think 4 of his home runs are like 105 off the bat. Just crushing the baseball right now. They've got some young bats in there. I don't think White Sox are going to be a competitive team by any means, but I think maybe early on they can get some wins here, guys. And let me just break this down here before I get right into this play. But we got Eric Lohr on the mound here for the Toronto Blue Jays. This is a 1-1 series split going in here on Sunday. Like I said, I'm going to be on the Chicago White Sox. I'm trying to see the best number available I can get right here. I'm pulling it up for the Chicago White Sox. It's going to be, I can't even get it at some of my books right now, but I know at some of the legal books, let's pull it up here. I can get a plus 125, plus 130 at some spots right now, the Chicago White Sox. I still think this is a little bit fishy of a line here, guys. We got a Toronto Blue Jays team that's coming off a World Series run. Get it, they lost in the World Series, but they still made a hell of a run there. I think the Blue Jays are going to take a step back this season. I don't like their team this season as much as I did last season. I think this is a good spot for the Chicago White Sox. I think it's a spot where a lot of the public is going to come in tomorrow. They're going to hammer the Toronto Blue Jays at a -145 price against potentially one of the worst teams in the league. I get it, but like I said, I like some of these younger bats in this order, and I think early on in the season they could play some competitive baseball. So I'm getting plus money with them, plus 125, plus 130. I haven't moved on this game yet, guys. I can't get it available. So once I can get it available, I will tweet it out at the price I can get. But I'm seeing right now I can get plus 125, plus 130 at some spots. So I will move on it as long as I can get something better than a plus 120 here with the White Sox. I think it's a fishy line. I think the public's going to come in and hammer the Blue Jays tomorrow. And I think they're going to get destroyed. So give me the Chicago White Sox here, Spoons. Let me know. Who do you think is going to have a better season as well, Eric Loer or Davis Martin?
So I spent like all day working on this model, and I heavily weighted relief pitching and starting pitching into certain aspects of the model, and that gives Chicago a huge edge in this game. I have this Chicago sitting plus 110. You can get plus 127 right now. I look at other fair price models, and they're not that high on the Blue Jays, but they are sitting there closer to the market norm of like 140, 145. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Blue Jays take a little bit of money here, but I agree with you. I like what Davis Martin has upside wise this year, and I'm not very high on Eric Lauer. He's a guy that could have got bought for a cup of coffee, as Jimmy likes to say, and I agree with that sentiment there. I like the White Sox here at this value.
Let's go. And there's not going to be a lot of people that are betting the White Sox tomorrow, so I like that. Shout out to our guys in the chat. There's a guy, Kyle Kerms, in there. He said minus 145 and plus 145 for this game here. Shout out to my guy. Thanks for hopping in the chat. Shout out to TJ, said, wait to bet the Sox wine time. That's what my plan is. I think like I said, as long as I can get it better than a plus 120, once I can get it available, I will be moving on it ASAP. Shout out to our guy, Dutch Boy Fresh in the building too. Thanks for stopping in, my guy. Everyone dropping your plays. Hit the like button, guys. And we are already halfway through our games here, fellas. And we're going to move to a game here. You guys know this is a team near and dear to my heart here in the Tampa Bay Rays. Here you got Nick Martinez on the mound against Simon Woods Richardson, Minnesota Twins. I feel like I've had a good read on this Tampa Bay Rays team for the last 2 seasons. I feel like you can just read them in the market. You can read them on the line, and they're just always so undervalued. This is a team that doesn't have a big payroll. They don't have a big-time coach, although I do think Kevin Cash is a top 5. You guys know I think he's a top 5 manager in baseball. With the personnel that he has out there, his pitching coach has been there with him for forever. Their bullpen is always good. Their starting rotation is always good. They always have guys that can get it done. Now they got guys like Junior Caminero, who's quietly could become one of the better third basemen in all baseball. You got Aranda back at first base, healthy. You got Yandy Diaz. I mean, we said it this morning. Yandy Diaz, 2+ bases, plus 120, hit a triple. He got hit by a pitch in 2 of his at-bats too. The guy's hitting 400. He's been hitting 400 for the last 6 months, including spring training. It's absolutely insane what he's done since August of last year. With that being said here, guys, I am on the Tampa Bay Rays here. Money line, best number available I can get. I will be moving on the Rays. I was on the Twins in game 1. I was on the Rays today in a bounce back spot. They got it done. Like I said, it all comes down to the Rays pitching, the Rays bullpen. I trust their manager. I trust that they're going to do the right things at the right times. They're going to play situational baseball. They're going to play Tampa Bay Rays baseball, and they always somehow to make it into the playoffs, and they don't have a high payroll. So give me the Rays money line at the best available price available. Spoons, my guy. What do you have in this one if you have anything?
I have fair price in this game, closer to like minus 128, minus 130 Twins. I'm kind of on the opposite side of you, and it's mostly comes down to Nick Martinez. Tampa Bay Rays have a history of turning pitching arms around, picking up guys that have kind of struggled in different organizations and finding ways to improve them. And I'm just one of those people that you got to prove it to me. I've watched Nick Martinez pitch for quite a few years now. There have been upsides. He's shown some real upside, but there's also a lot of the floor is really low and the ceiling's not that high. You can say the same argument about Simeon Woods Richardson, but here at home, I feel like the Twins should move 10 cents more. And honestly, I'd put it like fair price neutral, like 118, 120. So right there around 130 for me for Twins. And I think Simeon Woods Richardson, his ceiling is higher than what Nick Martinez is. It's going to be one of those question marks with the Twins lineup. Is Brian Buxton going to be in it? That's a question mark every day. The Rays, the lineup is really solid. It's going to be the same 10 guys kind of switched out. You have one guy swapping in and out for lefty-righty splits. But I like the Rays team. I don't have enough of an edge to move on this game, so I'm not trying to talk you off anything here. But kind of like the Twins, but I won't be on it.
It's just crazy, Spoons. Yandy Diaz hitting 433, OPS nearly 1,200. It's just, this guy's just, it's insane how good of a hitter he is. But shout out to him. I do agree with you. I think Simeon Woods Richardson is the better pitcher here on the mound. To me, I just think the Rays, this is a series they absolutely need. The Twins aren't going to be a team we're going to see in the postseason. although some of these bats, other than Buxton Spoons, it's kind of funny. Like we always like talking like, is Buxton going to be healthy? The guy has not been good to start the season. He wasn't good in the World Baseball Classic. He's definitely one of the better athletes in baseball. They've got some young bats in that order, though, that do look promising. But this is a team that's still a couple years away. But we can move on to our next game. But guys, yeah, if you guys can do us a sorry.
Did you see Dabby's comment about the upside with Nick Martinez?
Tell the truth about Martinez. His upside is the top point of a carrot. There isn't a guy in baseball he hates more than Nick Martinez. There might be one or two guys, but I know he hates Clinton Kershaw, but shout out to him, man. And TJ said that's a sharp point, Cap. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Let's move on to our next game here, guys, a game that's going live as we speak here. We've got the Seattle Mariners against the Anaheim Angels in Anaheim, California. It's going to be an afternoon game, 1:05 local start time here. Ryan Johnson on the mound. This is a former first-round pick that the Angels traded for in one of their trades with the Dodgers. He's still a young and up-and-coming pitcher. I was kind of surprised to see that he made the five-man rotation. I know when Eduardo is healthy, he's going to get that spot, but I'm curious how he's going to do against a Mariners lineup that has been absolutely quiet all season long. That is quiet every season. It's just this rotation and bullpen that they have is out of this world, and they just somehow get it done. Look at these hitters' stats right now for the Mariners, and they're just not good. Cal Raleigh, this guy's not going to hit more than 30 home runs this year. I said it at Southtown 101. He's not going to do it. Julio is going to start picking it up here shortly. I don't know. This is a tough spot, though, because you got Luis Castillo on the mound, who I feel like could absolutely shut down the Angels here. And there's no way I'm on the Angels right now in game 2. And if they win, I'm not going to move on the Angels in this spot. It would only be the Mariners -1 most likely in this spot, because I think they're going to probably be a -160, -170. That's what they are right now, -160 to -170. Got Luis Castillo on the mound. It's obviously a pitching mismatch. Obviously a high total as well, though. So I think it's some vulnerability with Ryan Johnson that he might get lit up here tomorrow. On an afternoon game that's going to be at nearly 80 degrees, hitter-friendly weather against a lot of vets in that order that could probably bash this guy around. I'm going to be on the Mariners here, Spoons, which is kind of hard for me to say, but I will be on the Mariners here in this spot. Ryan Johnson is not a good pitcher. He doesn't belong in the big leagues. Maybe he gets sent down after this. I get it. You kind of want him to develop, and you kind of want him to develop against big league talent, but at the same time, you got to develop in the minors first, and he hasn't done that. So with that being said, give me the Mariners here, Spoons. Do you have anything in this game, my guy?
Yeah, I agree with you on the Mariners sentiment. I struggle kind of pricing a guy like Ryan Johnson. Obviously, he struggled out there in his first outing versus the Cubs. But, I mean, you move on from that. He's a very high prospect, 6'6", huge guy. The way he throws the baseball makes me think he has a lot of potential in this league moving forward. And I'm not ready to write him off quite yet, but this isn't a game I'm interested in backing him, because I feel like the value is on the Angels with the plus money, saying that this top prospect finally shows up, has a good game. The Seattle Mariners offense isn't exactly clicking on all cylinders. It wouldn't be that shocking, but more realistically, I feel like Castillo takes care of business. I expect Seattle to win this game, but I feel like there's a little bit of value just associated with that rookie pitcher popping off. I think he's in a spot where, regardless of what happens moving forward right now, he's going to be back in the minor leagues. And so he's got just one or two more opportunities to kind of show it before he gets sent there, and just kind of believe in a guy stepping up.
I agree. And shout out to Jack Kahanowitz for getting out of a bases loaded jam against Randy Arozareno. It is 1-0 Halos going into the bottom of the third. Spoons, kind of crazy here. We were talking about it before the show. Just want to give a quick on the scoreboard what's going on right now, because we've got plenty of time here. 6-6 in that Marlins in the Marlins-Yankees game now. The Yankees actually have fought back. We've got 1-0 in Angels-Mariners. We've got 4-0 in Mets-Giants in favor of the Mets, and the Phillies are up 2-1. Just want to go over the basketball game here really quick. 48-32 Michigan. Love that, Spoons. We can move on. Shout out to our guys in the chat, though. TJ Betts, Dabby Cap, Dutch Boy Fresh. Appreciate you guys' support. We don't have a lot of people in here right now, guys, because a lot of people don't realize that we're live. But idea is that we're going to get more views by tomorrow. We appreciate you guys for being with us. If you guys can share the video, we appreciate it. But honestly, views or not, I'm just happy to be here talking ball with my guy Spoons. Get to do this once a week. We chose this time slot that works for us, so I'm pumped up. Shout out to our guy Guns. He said, am I late? Yeah, you're about 22 minutes late to the party, my guy. People were asking about you, but you are not here, my guy. Let's move on to the next spot here, Spoons. We've got, Sunday night baseball, I guess you can call it here. I had this game capped completely different from what I thought it was going to be, Spoons, because we talked about it backstage, and I thought Verlander was going to be on the mound here for Detroit. I guess he's going to go on Monday instead. You've got Keter Montero here on the mound going up against Kyle Leahy from the St. Louis Cardinals here, guys. I just want to go over this opening line. Pretty much open up anywhere from 135 to 140, depending on where you're looking right now. The number is still the same here in favor of Detroit. I don't know, Spoons. Like, to me, if we're going to look at we don't have a market right now. I guess I could go look on action while you're breaking it down when I hand it off to you. But before then, this almost feels like a little bit of a fishy line. You're going to have to tell me, is Montero and Leahy that much?
A fishy line, like, which way do you mean? Do you think Detroit should be favored more heavily?
Yes, I feel like Detroit. That's why I'm going to say between these two pitchers, who has a pitching advantage out of these two, do you think?
So it's Kyle Leahy. We haven't seen a ton from him recently. He has 1,350 pitches in Major League Baseball last year. Before that, he hadn't thrown more than 700 combined pitches. So this is a guy, career ERA sitting around 7. I don't have a lot of faith in him. Obviously, the Cardinals organization isn't at their best point right now, and I feel like he's kind of a real good show of that. Like, we shouldn't be seeing Kyle Leahy go out there for any top tier organization, and obviously the Cardinals aren't. Keter Montero, this is one of those guys that's kind of bounced around. He showed a lot of upside, and the Tigers like what they have there. He's a veteran that's going to help with some of these younger guys, but he just knows how to pitch. He's not going to overwhelm you with stuff at this point in his career, but I'm impressed with what he can do. And when I look up and down the St. Louis Cardinals roster, yeah, there's a couple bats that scare me, but when you got a veteran that knows how to pitch, you can kind of work around those. I have a lot more faith in this Tigers offense right now. This is a spot where I'd make this line closer to 145, 150, kind of like what you're saying. It's a little bit fishy, and I'd agree with that, and that's where I'm going to try to move into it. But Detroit Tigers, obviously Montero's not my favorite pitcher on this staff or anything. It's just I think Leahy's worse, and I think the Cardinals' offense is worse. Tigers bullpen's not in the greatest situation right now, but I still think it works out.
Shout out to our guy TJ. See, that's the information I need. Verlander going on the IL. Did you see how he looked in that first game? Like, come on, just stay home, my guy. Like, is your life that bad that you still got to go play Major League Baseball? You've made plenty of money, my guy. Chasing wins and strikeouts, I guess. But with that being said here, I don't know. Like I said, Spoons, I honestly think that this should be priced as at least a minus 160 in favor of the Detroit Tigers. This is a team that I get it was kind of a ending season of collapse last season, losing early in the playoffs and all that stuff. But it's still a team I feel like a lot of people have a lot of high hopes for. Cardinals, let's just look at this lineup here really quick while we're here because we got plenty of Weatherhold, Ivan Herrera, Burleson, Mason Wynn, Nolan Gorman, Jordan Walker, like half of these guys are not good. Like it's kind of crazy, this lineup that they're throwing out there. And we took the Cardinals in that game against the Rays, and I kind of want to take them here because it just seems like a spot where it's a little bit fishy. And yeah, you look at their records; they're both 4-4. Cardinals aren't going to win 75 games this year. They might win 70, but this isn't going to be a team I'm going to be betting on by any means halfway through the season. But I just think we have some value here with a guy in Kyle Leahy. Though I don't know. I would think that Keter Montero would be like that. This is pretty much an even pitching matchup, and Detroit is Detroit. Cardinals are Cardinals. People don't like the Cardinals. People like Detroit. So I will probably be on the Cardinals. I haven't made it official because you're on the Detroit right now. I'm going to wait and see where this line is tomorrow and see where the market is. But I want the Cardinals just because it's a fishy line, Spoons, that alone.
The other thing I looked at in this game is we have a really low run total. Like we have 8 here. It's 64 degrees, 50 degrees between that during the game, 10 mile an hour to 15 mile an hour winds blowing in. We have 2 pitchers a lot of people don't like here. What I'm worried about is Leahy giving it up to the Tigers, to be honest. That was the reason I didn't also get on the under. But I feel like that's a live look as well. If you can find a way to trust either of these pitchers, 8's a lot of runs to get to.
Yeah, how many lefties is Detroit going tomorrow for? At least 5, maybe 6 tomorrow? Yeah, it's tough, man. I'm going to wait and I'm going to trust the market in this one tomorrow. If it, like what TJ said, he said Tigers are going to be minus 145. Or what did he say? Let me pull this back up here. I believe for 145 in the morning. If it is, then it will keep me off it. I'll be like, nice work, Spoons. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you are on the right side. But if it probably stays the same around a minus 130, I will have to bet the Cardinals just from that alone. But yeah, nothing official for me in that one, guys. The only play that I've actually made official here is the Oakland Athletics at plus 110 right now. All these other games that we talked about, I'm going to make official, and I will give you guys the price on Twitter when I make them. Probably not going to get as good of a line as most of you guys, but I will post them. And I'll let my guy Spoons know. We've already talked about it. We're going to track all of our action here on this show, guys. We're going to have it posted up right above us during our games. We're going to make sure we do that all season long. It's important for that. So we're going to be doing that, guys. Just want to give a quick shout out to everyone again in the chat for joining us here on a Saturday night. You guys could be anywhere else. I know we don't have a lot of people in here, but it is what it is because I feel like in a couple months from now, we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of people in the chat. So I'm looking forward to this with you, Spoons. We did this halfway through the year last year. I believe it was like about halfway through the season, maybe like a quarter through the season we started it. We did pretty much every single Sunday except I think one. So let's just keep doing it, my guy. Shout out to everyone in the chat again as well. Swig Betts is in there. Cheers, my guy. Good to see you. Guns Picks Channel, 76er, TJ Betts, Dabby Cab Gorky with a $2 donation said, what Swedish man went and made Yaxel in the DR? Shout out to you, my guy. Spoons, let the people know where they can find you. Let the people know where you're going to be later on tonight. And if you could review your action, if any, all the plays that you made, and we will get out of here, my guy.
All right. So I got 3 plays for tomorrow. I got the Royals money line, the Astros money line, and the Tigers. Tigers is 135, Astros is 112, and the Royals is 120. You can find me on X at SpoonsBets. You can keep up with all my action on Juice Reel. Just shoot me a message on X, on Discord, whatever. I'll send you a friend link there. It's free. You can keep up with everything I do. It automatically syncs up when I put my bets there, and it keeps a record of everything. It's a real cool tool. There's some like free line shopping. Big fan of the app so far. A lot of transparency. It helps you grow. So I'm looking to kind of grow a following there as well. I post my cards for free on X and hop over on the Kyle Kerms channel as many nights as I can, trying to get through the similar cards. Yeah. We'll be rocking with Jimmy as much as we can. The new show situation is going to be fun. I enjoy seeing Jimmy twice a day. I like hearing his early thoughts on the cards. It's the first time I've gotten to hear some of that. Shout out Sean Higgs.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Shout out Sean Higgs, my guy. $25 donation. Love me some wine time plus a bonnet with Spoons. Shout out to you, my guy. Sean. I was asking about that guy all weekend long in San Antonio. I said, where's Mr. Higgs? I was going to call you. Hopefully we can link up next time you're in Vegas, my guy. Shout out to you.
You want to go through the rest of the games? We have more than enough time. We were trying to go quickly through that. There's a ton of games tomorrow.
Yeah,
I put us down to 11 for my schedule wise.
So yeah, we don't have any graphics, but we can definitely talk about some of these other games specifically here because I even told you as well. There's a couple games that we didn't have lines for, but I think we've got some now. So let's talk about it here. But shout out to our guy, Sean Higgs, for that donation. That means a lot to the channel, guys. Hit the like button, guys, and go follow our guy over on YouTube. Let's talk the Braves and Diamondbacks. You got Martin Perez against Fott from Arizona. This is going to be game 3 here. I was on Arizona here in the spot today. I've been on Arizona in almost every single game this season. Again, guys, you guys kind of know me. The Diamondbacks, the Rays are going to, the Angels too are going to be teams that I probably back on a regular basis. It is what it is, but I think they're going to make me money in the long run of the season, specifically the Diamondbacks. I really like this batting order. I get it. The pitching's not all there. The bullpen's not all there, but I think their bats are going to be able to keep them in a lot of these games. I think that this is a number where we can take the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm going to move on it as soon as it's available for me. I actually think this is one of the games I can move on, and I can get a – let me see. I can get a minus 105 right here with the Diamondbacks. So I'm going to go ahead and make that official. This is one of the games that didn't have a line when we were sending in the games for tomorrow because the game was still going on. But I'm going to be on the Diamondbacks here, guys, to take care of business at home, take care of the series 2 out of 3. Give me the Diamondbacks here, Spoons. Do you have anything in this game, my guy?
Just looking at my model here, I have a short lean towards the Diamondbacks there. Looking at this pitching matchup, I see Brandon Pfaadt and Martin Perez, and my mind screams over. I see a lot of bats making contact tomorrow, both sides of the plate. I don't. I think it should be right around a pick 'em. I think with
Yeah.
that pitching matchup, I think of the Diamondbacks bullpen as being pretty subpar. But the more I watch the Braves play, I kind of feel the same way about them. So I think this game should be right around a pick 'em. If you can get one of these teams at plus money, like throughout line movement throughout the course of the day, that would be the side I'd want. I'm not trying to back Martin Perez at this point in his career. Brandon Pfaadt, he has some upside still. Like the floor is low, but the ceiling is still there with him. So I like your play there with the Diamondbacks. Ultimately, I like that offense a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's not really clicking to its highest potential right now, but give it a few months and Arizona's offense is going to be back.
Yeah, I agree. I just think, again, I think they're going to be a team that's going to be undervalued at times just because not a lot of people like the Diamondbacks. A lot of those, I like guys like Kettle Marte, you know what I mean? Corbin Carroll. You got guys
I
like
didn't think they'd be able to bring
Perdomo.
that core back. I thought they were
Yeah,
going to
it's
lose
just
half that
insane.
team.
Like, yeah, on the minimal payroll, they've got a really good manager as well, obviously. So I love everything they're doing over there in Arizona. I'm low key a Diamondbacks fan at times, but that was one of the games I wanted to talk about. Another game I brought up to Spoons. We're not gonna, it's a doubleheader, so we're not gonna talk about that game, Spoons. But let's talk dot.
We can hit the first game of the Cubs
All right, we can
matchup
hit
there. I know
first
we
game
should
of
talk
the
about.
doubleheader. It's gonna be Cabrera against Cincinnati here. 10 a.m. game one of the doubleheader. What do you have in this one, my guy?
I'm really excited about Cabrera coming over. It kind of feels like a few years ago the Cubs kind of got fleeced by the Rays organization. Who did they trade for at that time? It was Chris Archer, and they ended up getting Chris Archer back for free from the whole deal. And so the management from the Rays organization moved over to the Marlins, and now we just sent over players, and we got Edward Cabrera back, and I'm all excited watching this player come in. And I feel like the rug's about to get swept out from under me. I feel like I'm going to see all the bad stuff from Cabrera, but I have a lot of excitement about it too. Slate Ciccone, pretty solid pitcher in my opinion. Same thing. The floor is very low, but on his good days, I mean, even on his bad days, he's still pretty decent out there. And I kind of like the under here in this matchup between Cabrera and Ciccone. I feel like the bullpens will get more unloaded in this first matchup. I like the Chicago Cubs as well in this game. It's a tough matchup. I'm not going to have any action in the first leg of this doubleheader. I'm going to try to only move on second legs of doubleheaders and just kind of use available information from the first game to move if I'm going to do that. There's just such a high variance in these kind of games. I don't feel like I need to get involved with them. And just looking at the course of the season, I'm trying to figure out where I can not lose money.
Yeah, no facts. We do not have to bet every single game. Although if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys probably do think I do bet every single game because I bet about my action so far this season it's been a lot, but it's last couple of days we're heating back up. We were killing in Palooza, had a really rough 2 days, and now these last 2 days have been nice. Let's just keep it going, Spoons. Love talking ball with you. Let's talk another game here. Let's talk Dodgers Nationals, a game that, I moved on in game one. I moved on the over in that spot and it hit in like the third or fourth inning. Same with game two. Game went way over. Here we are. We're back to a 9 here. I somewhat want to go to the under here. I feel like both pitchers can do well here in Griffin and Sasaki. I think maybe more so a Nationals team total under here in this spot. I think the Dodgers probably score 4 or 5 and the Nationals maybe score 1 or 2 here in this spot. But I just think this 9 total is way too high here. So I want to be on the under here. Spoons under 9. I'm just going to wait because I want to see if this goes to a 9.5 by tomorrow. I'll just end up staying off it. But this is a 9 tomorrow. I think I might end up moving on this under. I can get an under 9 right now at my book at plus 100. So I kind of like that. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I struggle to kind of know what to think of Foster Griffin. I don't have it pulled up right now. I believe he went overseas. I want to say like KBO for quite a few years. This guy was drafted in 2014. He's 30 years old. Had a break in MLB from 2022 to 2026. So that's what makes the most sense to me.
Yomiuri Giants. He was over in Japan.
So a lot of these pitchers coming back from Japan, they find something. It's a different game of baseball they play over there. And I've noticed they come back with some breaking stuff that, I mean, they're not overpowering you with fastballs, obviously coming back over with 30, but they just find a way, especially in that first 6 months or so while they're still trying to get a book on you. So I kind of believe in Foster Griffin here out of the gate. That first game, 5 innings pitched, just 2 earned runs versus the Phillies. That's a good sign. I like your under here. Again, I just kind of struggle knowing what to make of him right now, but I agree with that under in this game. It's tough trying to get there with the Nationals like as a side, so I could only be on the other side if I was forced to pick. But definitely, I'm looking more into that under now. Looking at the game, Nationals Park -7% runs tomorrow. Temperatures 90s, wind blowing out. I'm gonna double check that because that doesn't seem right. Oh, that's yesterday's forecast for the wind blowing out. April 5th, temperatures in the 60s, wind blowing from left to right. So yeah, not great offensive weather either. So kind of supports that under.
I like it. I think I'm going to end up moving on that under, but again, I'm going to wait until tomorrow. There's still a couple games I still want to talk about here, Spoons. Another one I was looking at here is Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I was on Pittsburgh here today in the spot. They were down 2-0, ended up rallying back, then won it in the walk-off in the bottom of the ninth. It's just kind of magical, man. And them being at home down there in Pittsburgh at PNC Park, I don't know if you've been down there, Spoons, but it's a ballpark I really want to get down to one day, man. Like all the history down there. I love that kind of stuff. I love Roberto Clemente. I want to see all that stuff down there. It looks absolutely incredible. The
Stacks our guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. He's told me. He's like, yeah, you just come down here and we'll go. So I definitely got to make that trip here in the next – there's so many spots I want to hit, especially when I meet cappers and you got to come here, you know what I mean? There's so many spots I want to hit here in these next couple of years, but that's definitely one of them. I want to be on the Pirates here again, Spoons. I just think this atmosphere is kind of electric right now, and I get it. I liked everything that Baltimore did in this offseason. I think you grab Pete Alonso, you kind of have a complete lineup over there, and you should compete in the East. This is a team that should have playoff expectations, and if they don't make the playoffs, it's a bust. So with that being said here, I want to be on the Pirates. I just think they're playing motivational baseball. I think even I like O'Neal Cruz, you got Lowe, you got Reynolds, O'Hearn, they grabbed him from the Orioles. Curious to see if he's going to do anything. He came up in a big situation today with first and second and hit a shot to center field and just missed a bomb. We'll see what he does tomorrow. But I want to be on the Pirates here, Spoons. But let me know if you have anything on this. The pitchers in this are going to be Chris Bassett, our guy, and then Ashcraft. So what do you think about this one?
Looking at fair price on this, I guess I kind of lean Orioles a little bit with my model. I make this like right around a pick 'em. Low vig, maybe a small lean to Pittsburgh Pirates. I like Baltimore Orioles. Like Chris Bassett's not one of my favorite pitchers, but neither is Braxton Ashcraft. And when I go up and down these lineups, I have a lot more faith in the Orioles. And yeah, Pittsburgh has been playing well out the gate, but like if I look at where I expect these teams to be, like at the end of the season, we did that exercise earlier. Do you think the Orioles are going to have more wins, or do you think the Pirates are going to have more wins?
If the Pirates have more wins at the end of the season, the front office, everyone has to go. This Orioles team, you grab Pete Alonso. Even without him, you've got so much talent. You got guys that aren't even in a lineup that are hurt right now, I feel like. But again, I don't know. A lot of people I know our guy Guns is high on the Pirates this season. I'm not high on them long-term. I'm just more so high on them early in the season when they have like the motivational factor of being at home here in this spot, I feel like. And this line, if this was in 3 months from now, I think this would be priced as like a -160 here for the Orioles, probably because the Pirates are going to be that far behind in the standings. With that being said, as of right now, I'm off. I might just take my money and run with the Pirates from today, but it's going to be a pass for me, Spoons. Let's see here. There was one other spot, and then Padres Red Sox. I don't know if our guy Jose Bouquet is in the chat. Maybe he can let us know. But you got Suarez on the mound here against Walker Buehler here. Spoons. I don't have a good read on this Red Sox team. I'm 0-4 backing them against them or being on them this season. So I've decided to just stay clear of them. I wanted to be on the Padres today. Didn't end up moving on them. I think they won. I think they gutted out a win, but I don't like this Red Sox team. I don't like this batting order. I get it. They've got some young bats in there, and they're expected to do well, but I'm just not high on this team. I think the Orioles probably have a better record than the Red Sox at the end of the season. With that being said here, though, I don't know. I'm not going to back the Padres here either at plus money at Fenway. I don't. It's a tough spot, Spoons. What do you think about this one?
Very interesting game. So Walker Buehler coming back to Fenway. Obviously, he used to pitch here, so he's gonna get all the boos, everything from that Boston crowd, just riling him up, and kind of makes me want to back him. I feel like he's gonna use that as just kind of fuel to pitch even better. And I like across the mound to Ranger Suarez, and I don't have a lot of faith in Ranger at this point. Boston's lineup is got some really high upside. Like, you look at this team, I mean, there's 2 guys that have more than 3 years of major league experience on it. It's a very young roster. And so they're all looking to prove themselves right now. You look at the Padres, a lot of guaranteed wrapped up contracts. So beginning of the season, I feel like motivation wise does kind of favor Boston. They're at home, but then I just look at Walker Buehler coming back to Boston, and I'm like, I can't not want to back that. He's a guy that's had some ups and downs. I don't know. I would look to back the Padres here, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, that's where I would be too, just from the plus money. Spoons, any other games you want to talk about real quick here before we get out of here? We got time.
Marlins versus Yankees again. I went through today. I was kind of kicking myself. Glad the Yankees came back. I feel like there's value on the Marlins again. Max Fried on the mound for the Yankees. Paddock on the mound for the Marlins. Obviously, Chris Paddock, one of those very low floor guys. We've seen some terrible outings from this guy, but when he locks in, he's really there. He's a chip on his shoulder kind of guy, and when you play the Yankees, there's nothing you can get up for more than that in the game of baseball as a starting pitcher. So I look for him to be locked in from the first pitch, and I've seen a lot from the Yankees. Obviously, they came through and scored some runs, but I mean, just the lack of clutch hitting, that there's a lot to be desired left there. I think this price is a little bit ridiculous. I don't know if you have to go play the plus 1.5 at this price, but I mean, the price is too big for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, maybe even look at the plus 2.5, but yeah, I don't know. Tough spot here. Yankees are playing some pretty good ball.
After that, I think that's pretty much it. I had some interest in backing Jack Leiter versus the Cincinnati Reds. Chase Burns is just such a good pitcher, though. As soon as I do that, it's going to be the 6th inning, and the Rangers have reached base twice on walks, and I'm like, it wasn't really worth it. I do feel like Jack Leiter is a little bit ahead of Chase Burns on the pitching path, and I feel like the rosters are pretty evenly matched. I feel like it's a short price to be able to get that home team there. I do like that. That might actually wind up on my card if I can find the balls to get over it. But it's been a great first show. Good luck with the rest of your action. I know you're on Michigan. I got them for a future for the championship. If they beat Arizona tonight, I win my work pool. I'm pretty excited about it. Last year, I got beat by a 3rd grade girl that picked her favorite colors, had the entire Final Four. Was rather embarrassing. We have a Christmas party and everything. She came up, talked smack the entire time. I was like, damn. So feels good to get that back.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah, Spoons. If the Angels win, we it's a 5-1 night in Major League Baseball, and if Michigan takes care of business, it's a 2-0 night in college basketball. Feels like we're in San Antonio again, saying that because, oh man, it feels good to be in the black. But with that being said, here, guys, we appreciate everyone in the chat here for being with us, guys. I'm going to tweet out all my action here as obviously as it all comes out and stuff. Appreciate you guys for being here, guys. Let's go. We have me and Spoons are even talking about maybe even doing a morning show here on Sunday some of these times. So let us know, guys, how these night shows work out. Please let us know in the comment. Post your plays. Let us know how we did. Hit the like button, guys. We really appreciate it. Really trying to grow this channel here in these next year or so. You know what I mean? And I know we can do it. So I'm looking forward to it. I love talking ball with my guy Spoons. Shout out to everyone in the chat for joining us as always. Jim Doogie Wigger said, F the Wolverines. I was on the Wolverines. I think they're the best team in college basketball right now, and I think they're going to take care of business against UConn. But shout out to our guy Jimmy the Bag gifting 1 Pub Sports Radio membership. Guns Pick said, hit the like button, guys. We appreciate your guys' support. And with that being said, we are out of here. It's easier to sleep in the black.
When you're losing your ass and feeling so, you know what to do. Tune in to Pop Sports Radio. Easier to sleep in the black. It's easier to sleep in the black. It's a roller coaster ride, you're gonna catch a bad beat. No problem, keep your head up and just bet the spreadsheet. It's easier to sleep in the black. It's easier to sleep in the black. All thanks to Jeff Slaughter, these shows have our backs. POD's always rolling, especially the stats. Easier to sleep in the black. It's easier to sleep in the black. We got Jimmy, Jose, Dabby and the fam, Dutch Wine Time, Spooner and OG Wham. So hit the like button, don't say that you can't. If you know what's best, just put your money on tape.